Multiplication. Multiplication is a shorter representation of the repeated addition of equal numbers. It is represented in expressions through the symbols, or. For example, if we see written somewhere 5, 4 or 5, 4, we read 5 multiplied by 4 or 5 times 4, which means 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. In general, we have the following. The numbers participating in a multiplication operation are known as factors, and the result of a multiplication is called the product. For example, in the multiplication we saw earlier, now shown on screen, 5 and 4 are both factors and 20 is the product. Properties of multiplication. As an addition of equal numbers, multiplication has all properties of addition, but it also has some extra properties. These are as follows. 1. Closure property of multiplication. In simple words, this property states that if two or more factors belong to a given number set, the product also belongs to this set. For example, in 4 times 7 equals 28, both factors are natural numbers. As a result, the product is also a natural number. Another example, -4 times -2 equals +8. Both factors are integers. Hence the product is also an integer. Symbolically, we write the closure property of multiplication as A times B equals C, A, epsilon, x, and B, epsilon, x, then C, epsilon, x, where A and B are the factors, C is the product, x is the given set of numbers which A and B belong to. 2. Commutative property of multiplication. According to this property, when we switch the place of factors, the product does not change. For example, since 4 times 9 equals 36, then 9 times 4 equals 36 as well. The commutative property is often used when there are more than 2 factors in a multiplication and we change the place of 2 of them to make the operations easier, for example, to obtain partial products which end with any 0. Let's consider a couple of examples to clarify this point. Example 1. Find the product of the following multiplications shown on screen. Solution 1. A. Expressions involving multiplication are normally solved by completing the operations from left to right. However, here we switch the places of 7 and 6 to make the operations easier. Thus, we have the following. If the commutative property was not used, we would have the following as shown on screen. The operation 35 times 6 is more challenging than 30 times 7, as in the second case, we can find the value of 3 times 7 equals 21 and then add a 0 to the product. In symbols, the commutative property of multiplication is written as follows. (3) Associative property of multiplication. The associative property of multiplication is similar to that of addition in the sense that we can start doing the operations, not from the 2 leftmost factors but from somewhere else for convenience, as the result does not change. For example, in the mathematical expression 8 times 4 times 5, we can do 4 times 5 first, as shown on screen. In symbols, the associative property of multiplication is written as follows. 4. Distributive property. This is a new property that integrates addition or subtraction and multiplication. In simple words, when an expression inside brackets containing addition or subtraction is multiplied by a number, the expression can be written without brackets where the given number multiplies every element of the expression separately. In symbols, we can write the distributive property as follows. Example 2. Calculate the value of the following expressions shown on screen. Solution 2. A. Using the distributive property of multiplication, we obtain the following. B. Again using the distributive property of multiplication, we obtain the following. If the distributive property was not used, we would have the answer as shown on screen. Again, the result is the same. This fact confirms the correctness of the distributive property of multiplication. 5. Multiplicative identity property. Recall that the number 0 was the identity element of addition, that is, an element that didn't change the value of expression. In multiplication, this identity element is the number 1. This means that if we multiply a number by 1, the product is the same as the number itself. We can write the multiplicative identity property in symbols as shown on screen. Multiplication in column. We can multiply two numbers in column in a similar way to addition in column. Thus, we multiply each number of the upper factor to each number of the lower factor, and the products obtained are written in separate rows below each other by starting, to your right, from the position of the digit of the lower number involved in the process. When an individual product is more than 10, we carry numbers in the same way as we did in addition. Then these separate products are added in column. Let's look at an example. Example 3. Calculate the following products shown on screen in columns. Solution 3. A. We write the factors in columns where the factor with the largest number of digits is written in the upper part for convenience. Hence, in column we write 56 times 7 instead of 7 times 56. We have the following as shown on screen. B. We multiply 37 by 2 and 37 by 5 separately. However, we write the second product, 37 times 5, one position more in left. We have the following. We may write a 0 in the empty position at the end of the second product derived from the fact that we begin writing this product one position more in left. However, this is not obligatory. C. We use the same procedure as in B. Despite the fact that the second product gives 0, we write it in a separate column anyway. We have the following. That is all for lesson 1.3.3. To continue this tutorial, please watch 1.3.4, division. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to keep up to date with new videos. For more information, calculators, and tutorials, please visit www.icalculator.info.